Hello, everyone, and welcome to a tournament of movies. This was the first one that came up, so we're just going to go with this. Hopefully, I've seen all these movies, but there'll probably be a couple that I haven't. So let's get started with our first matchup, Whiplash versus The Wolf of Wall Street. So we're going to operate on the premise that we can only keep one of these movies in existence, and the other one will be deleted forever, and we can never watch it again. Now, with this first one here, I don't want to let go of either one of these. Both of them smashed me over the head the first times I saw them. I've watched both of these films multiple times. So if you haven't seen either one of these movies, first of all, I recommend you watch both of them. You don't have to be a drummer to like Whiplash, and you don't have to be a stockbroker to like Wolf of Wall Street, because both movies do such an excellent job at getting you in the headspace of the characters. They're just so colorful and so memorable. Neither one of these movies is boring in any place. They constantly move. Wolf of Wall Street's like 3 fucking hours plus, and it goes by so fast. Whiplash is a much more relatable story. And I think that's more along the lines of the kind of movie I would like to keep around, while Wolf of Wall Street is one of the most entertaining movies to come out in that decade. I think Whiplash has more movie magic in it. I'm going to keep Whiplash. Next up is 2 Ben Affleck movies. One directed by him as well, the other not. But I like both of these films. I just got to go with Argo. It's a very unique film. It was a long time since I'd seen tension wound up like that or seen since. The story it's based on is fascinating. The mission that Affleck's character had to pull off with extracting these people hiding in Iran and posing as a fucking Canadian film crew in order to sneak them out. It's multifaceted on so many levels, and it's great. I don't want to leave out words on The Accountant, because that's really good too. But Argo has to win this battle, man. Law-Abiding Citizen versus Safe House. I never saw Safe House. Law-Abiding Citizen, though, is a movie that was more memorable to me. What happens to Gerard Butler's character is unforgettable. What he does in retaliation for what happens to him is unforgettable. This is like the opening 10 minutes of the movie. He's one of these guys that feels like he's Jigsaw or something. Like he's got to teach everybody, the whole world, a big fucking biblical scale lesson. And it's a bit unbelievable with the shit he pulls off. And then you have Jamie Foxx in there, Jamie Foxx, I don't know, man. I'm not crazy about him as an actor, really. I mean, I know I sound like an asshole for saying that. I think he's amazing in some things, but honestly, the casting of these two guys in this film kind of feel like they were pulled out of a hat. Probably the same thing for Safe House. Why is Ryan Reynolds in this movie? Why does he look serious there? I can't take him serious ever. And then Denzel's in this. That would be my only reason I would ever watch Safe House. I'll just go with Law-Abiding Citizen. Okay, I have seen both of these, but it has been a while. The Pursuit of Happiness, I think, is just much more easier of a movie to get in touch with. And 7 Pounds, I just really don't even remember it that well. What happens in 7 Pounds? Like, he kills someone by accident, or he kills 7 people by accident, so he then goes around putting fruit baskets on the doorsteps of 7 people that were affected, in a sense. Or like, oh, I'm sorry for what I did. Now I'm here for you. I apologize. Can I help you with something? And okay, maybe that is a gross misinterpretation of what this movie's about. I just don't really remember it. But I can remember some bits of Pursuit of Happiness, and I'd just be more apt to watch that over this. So Pursuit of Happiness. Next is Shutter Island versus Zodiac. Shutter Island is more of that sort of, by the end, what was really happening maybe wasn't what was really happening. Oh, why am I talking like this? Like, I'm like spouting about the premise as if it's like something bad or lame, but it's just if it was done by lesser talent, it would have been what I expected. But Shutter Island, I remember, was pretty fucking good. This steps awfully close to like the horror genre, And it's interesting seeing one of the best directors ever, if not the best, take on this kind of genre. Zodiac, though, it's a detective story, murder mystery about the Zodiac, if you didn't guess. And it's a 3.5 hour epic that focuses on the journalism angle and the detective angle. And it's full of creepy moments. And it's also set in the 70s, so I like the aesthetic of that. So I'm going to have to go with David Fincher's Zodiac. Nocturnal Animals versus The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I've never seen Nocturnal Animals. It's on the list, but it's not near the top. Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Really fucking dark. Really interesting. Again, it's like a detective story. Interesting locations and characters. I watched this one recently, and there was so much happening in this movie and unfolding and so many pieces to keep together that I was sort of losing track of things. I mean, you better not go take a piss without pausing this because there's a lot of things that are easy to miss. I would watch it again. The Equalizer versus John Wick. Holy shit, I cannot believe I'm looking at this right now. Because instead of doing this tournament video today, I almost made a Equalizer versus John Wick video. We could just sum it all up with the quick decision on a tournament bracket board. Okay, so both movies are very similar in substance, but very different in style. What kind of pretentious shit was that I just said? The substance and style. Shut the fuck up. Which one of these fucking movies do you prefer over the other? Just answer the damn question. Gosh, why do I overthink this with myself? It's John Wick. Why is Whiplash fighting Argo now? Okay, I thought we were going to go over to the other side, but Whiplash versus Argo. Shit. That's a tough cookie once again. Damn it, man. I'm starting to hate this. I think I'm going to go with Argo. I just think it's more rewatchable. I can go on all day long about how you can draw correlations from your own life to Whiplash. You're going to go through hard shit, but just plug through and you can obtain your dreams, because the regret of not going after those dreams and giving up is a worse pain than had you just plugged through the bullshit. Because as long as you're pursuing something, you feel alive. You have to love it enough that you'll go through anything to get it. This guy wants to be a drummer really fucking bad. So he puts up with all sorts of abuse. He loses people in his life. He almost loses his own life in pursuit of drumming. And the way the film unfolds and unwraps, which those two words mean the same thing, but the whole movie, beautiful storytelling. But Argo, man, God, I'd almost call it a masterpiece, dude. It's really that good. Dude, I'm telling you, both films are like a masterclass in filmmaking. There's so much to learn from each of these movies. Fuck. God damn it. Whiplash. Law-abiding citizen versus Pursuit of Happiness. Oh, this is like a tough cookie, but this doesn't feel like it's worth really spending too much brain energy on, because neither one of these movies are anything that I feel I'll ever need to rewatch again. So I don't really give a fuck. I'll just go with Law-Abiding Citizen. Zodiac versus Girl with Dragon Tattoo. This is easily Zodiac. It's just much more engaging and easier to hold the plot together in my head than Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. John Wick. What the fuck? Revenant. Oh, Revenant didn't even have to fight nothing. Well, now it does. Tough one, man. Fucking tough. Dang. Well, on the premise that we're eliminating movies from existence, if we got rid of John Wick, we'd still have John Wick 2, 3, and 4. But I think John Wick 1 was the best. So that's the one I wouldn't want to lose. But The Revenant is just a movie that's really on like another fucking level. Both of these movies are top tier in their respective genres. Both of them are so unique. John Wick does what action movies had never done before, spawned 3 sequels, still popular as fuck, and Revenant is just one of the most brilliantly and impressively crafted movies I have ever watched in my fucking life. The setting, I can't get enough of it. It feels so real. Everything you're watching, it feels so real. I hate to cut Wick from the tournament this early because I love John Wick. You love John Wick. We all love John fucking Wick for a lot of reasons. So I don't want to leave out words on John Wick as we say goodbye to it. Maybe you're even a little bit annoyed with how popular John Wick is. You're like, I don't get it. He does the same thing in every movie. Yeah, kind of correct there. But all four of those movies, just a beautiful symphony of violence. Got to give it to The Revenant. This is an easy one, Whiplash. Zodiac versus The Revenant. You know I love them both, but going to go with The Revenant. Both of these films have the ability to completely absorb me in their worlds. I lose myself in both films, but it's of greater effect in The Revenant. And then finally, we're picking a finalist between Whiplash and The Revenant. I'm going to give it to... I'm going to go with The Revenant. Let's just move on, or I'm never going to get through this. Okay, Black Swan versus V for Vendetta. I have this friend. He absolutely loves this movie. I think it's his favorite movie, right behind Fight Club. V for Vendetta is a movie apparently with a lot of very interesting things to say that I am overdue for a revisit on. Black Swan, as much as I love Darren Aronofsky, I think he's one of the best directors there ever was or will be. If it was a different one of his movies on this list, it might be a contender to win this whole fucking tournament. But it's not going to be Black Swan. That's not the one to carry it for me. I'm going to give it to V for Vendetta. All right, well, this just seals it. This tournament board was put together with great thought and attention. Rush versus Ford versus Ferrari. Okay, I have seen them both. I would watch both of them again because I remember liking both. But I can't speak too much on them because my memory is just not recent enough to really dive deep on either one. I'm probably going to go with Ford versus Ferrari just because I like Matt Damon and Christian Bale more as actors than I do Chris Hemsworth, or I don't even know which Hemsworth that is, and who the fuck is this guy? So let's go with Ford versus Ferrari. Gone Girl versus Silver Linings Playbook. I'm definitely going to go with Gone Girl on this one. I've seen Silver Linings Playbook once. I remember being entertained by it, and I always have been interested in giving it another watch since that first time. But Gone Girl I've seen a bunch of times. It's David Fincher once again. I love it. I love Gone Girl. Let's just pick it, and we'll talk more about it later. Django Unchained versus True Grit. This is an easy one. It's Django Unchained. I don't need to speak too much on it now. You know every reason why Django Unchained wins. True Grit was good too. The Departed versus American Gangster. Oh, man. I would hate to eliminate one of these this early in this tournament, but when you get two masterpieces up against each other in a first round, one's got to go over the other. Fuck, man, this is a tough one. I think American Gangster doesn't get talked about enough, and The Departed, it certainly deserved all the praise that it got and continues to get. The Departed has more pizzazz and Scorsese's style smeared all over it. American Gangster feels like it could have been directed by a number of different people, but I like that you can't really tell. I love watching Denzel Washington play as a bad guy once again. I actually just watched American Gangster the other night, so it's still very fresh in my head. I probably saw The Departed maybe like 6 months ago, but I've seen The Departed probably like 15 times. Let's do American Gangster. I did it. I can't believe I did that. State of Play versus The Town. Pfft. Look, maybe State of Play was a good movie. I think I did see it, but I don't remember jack shit about it. I forgot that it even exists, honestly. If this is a good movie, somebody say, hey, go watch it again. But I'm definitely going with The Town. It's one of the best movies of the fucking decade. Dunkirk versus Defiance. Well, here's where I'm going to get into shit with people. I didn't really like Dunkirk that much. It's a PG-13 war movie. I do not like that. I don't like that at all. I have no fucking idea why somebody would make a war movie and not have it be rated R. It doesn't even make sense. It completely sucks me out of it. It's war. And this movie's trying to shelter you from seeing blood. Of all Christopher Nolan's films, Dunkirk is my least favorite. I'm sorry, but that's a deal breaker for me, man. I went to see this movie in the cinema, and I just couldn't believe anything I was seeing because it just felt like soft, watered down war. If you want me to believe it, then you got to show the nasty stuff, the dirty stuff. But if somebody gets hit with 17 bullets from a fucking fighter plane, they're not going to just have little smoke puffs come out of them. It's fucking ridiculous. Now, Defiance is fucking incredible. It's an amazing movie about Jews hiding in the woods during the Holocaust days and having to live and survive out in the woods with next to nothing except for 100 bellies to feed is quite an arduous task. And just all the logistical strategy of having to hide and how to take care of themselves and these people with just surmounting problems, always, constantly. It really is an incredible movie. I never want to lose this one. It's a strong contender to win the tournament. So it's Defiance. Sicario versus Two Guns. This is another easy one. It's totally Sicario. Just totally much more rewatchable and tension-filled, great characters, scary and intense scenes, and Two Guns is just, let's get two A-lister Hollywood stars and put them back-to-back with pistols and just shooting people with fucking money falling from the sky. Don't even fucking remember this movie or anything that happens. I'm sure it was an entertaining Friday afternoon, but it doesn't do anything everlasting. Maybe you feel differently, but I don't really give a fuck about Two Guns. But Sicario, that's a keeper, man. All right, V for Vendetta versus Ford versus Ferrari. I'm not really much of a car guy, to be honest. I think the story was interesting and I'd watch it again, but I'm going to go with V for Vendetta. Gone Girl versus Django Unchained. I think Gone Girl is an incredible film. I said I'd talk more about it, so let me just tell you now. Here's all I'll say. If you haven't fucking seen Gone Girl, you should see Gone Girl. If you like mysteries, if you like murder mysteries, like Gone Girl, it feels like the kind of movie that was adapted from a book. I don't know if it was. And the way the story unfolds, if you've never seen it, my God, please do not miss this one. Because the way Gone Girl unfolds, you just want to see the whole thing in one sitting. If you have to pee, you pause it, you run to the bathroom, and you run back. At least I would. And I think it's a great film. I think it's one of David Fincher's best movies. But it's going up against Django Unchained. It feels like almost unfair for Gone Girl to go up against Django, but if I could only keep one, it's just got to be Django. Just got to be. God damn it. I am so deadlocked with myself right now. But luckily for you, you're experiencing this through the medium of video, so you don't have to sit there and wait for me to think of an answer. I'll sit here and think. It's The Town. This is probably the best bank robbery, armored car robbery movie out there next to Heat. Really fucking interesting characters, really well written. Look at Ben Affleck's face here. See his character? His dynamic with each one of these four fuckers on the poster around him is interesting. You just mix all this shit together, and it's amazing. The way each scene is amazing, the writing is amazing, the way things unfold is interesting and amazing. Blibbity blobbity flibbity blue, it's going to town. Defiance versus Sicario. Good matchup. And I am grateful that this doesn't hurt my brain too bad. I know the answer right away. I'm going to go with Defiance. Before we say goodbye to Sicario, let me just say, if you've never seen it, I highly fucking recommend it. Drug cartel movie with a lot of suspense, a lot of tension. Sicario's rewatch value is like once every 4 or 5 years, whereas Defiance is one I'd watch probably every 2 years. I just think it's way more engrossing and investing. I'm telling you, it is going to be a big motherfucking contender to win this tournament, let me tell you that. V for Vendetta versus Django Unchained. For a movie I don't remember that well, I can't believe V for Vendetta is still in this tournament. It's Django Unchained. The Town versus Defiance. Okay, this is the hardest decision I've had to make yet, but it's going to be Defiance. If that was such a hard decision, then why did I make it so fast? Django Unchained versus Defiance. Well, Quentin Tarantino movies, that is a whole other ranking video in and of itself, which I'd like to make one day. Django would certainly be near the top. The writing in it is so sharp and delicious, dude. None of us, you, me, none of us can ever fucking get enough. He's just such a fucking good filmmaker, man, and there's no one else like him, and there never will be. You know what's really nuts? I can't even believe this, but Defiance, I don't even know who fucking directed it. Oh, shame on me. 2008? Good lord. This was a long time ago. Edward Zwick. Okay, this guy loves to produce. Does he like to direct? How do I filter to directing? Director. Previous 25. Okay, let's see what he's directed. Blood Diamond. Blood Diamond is a fucking awesome movie, man. But today we're talking about these movies. Okay, well, in terms of rewatchability, the winner is definitely Django Unchained. The things that Tarantino invents, his characters, his writing, his worlds, is just so zany and infectious. Can never get enough of it. The Defiance, I think, is a brilliant fucking film. I love watching it, if you haven't gathered that already. But I gotta go with Django. Sorry, Defiance. See you later. All right, now it comes down to Revenant versus Django. Both films have DiCaprio. Am I really going to have a Jamie fucking Foxx movie win this tournament? Okay, but Jamie Foxx is awesome in this. He was the right choice for the role. Just don't know that he was the right choice for Law-Abiding Citizen. Christoph Waltz, yeah, we all know he's fucking god tier. Very interesting seeing DiCaprio in this film. Not only as a bad guy, but also tertiary in his billing. Look at that. You got Jamie fucking Foxx billed over DiCaprio. Well, what's interesting about both of these movies is they're period pieces, probably set around the same time. I can't remember exactly what year either of them are set, but probably pretty close together. So I really love time period movies, westerns. Although Django Unchained is taking a hell of a lot of liberties with what technology was available at its time. Like him wearing these fucking sunglasses. Like, are you kidding me? And some of the fucking rap music that just kicks in randomly during this movie, but whatever. It somehow works. But The Revenant, man, it's just so motherfucking engrossing and absorbing, and just lose yourself in this world. Fuck it, man, it's Revenant. I'm going with fucking Revenant. You know, sue me. So there you go, guys. The Revenant wins this tournament because it will knock my socks off every time I fucking watch it for the rest of my life. They made this movie out in some fucking snowy valley mountain range, operating only on fucking natural sunlight, which is unfucking believable. I mean, I can barely wrap my fucking head around the logistics this movie had to pull off, and yet it did, and it still managed to be not only a good movie, but a great movie, and the winner of this fucking motherfucking tournament. Blows my fucking mind. There's no other movie like it. Every other fucking movie that you see in this time and in this setting, there's parts of it you can believe, but there's other parts that look artificial and fake and safe. Like, oh, now we're on a set, and it's obvious. Or, oh, we're trying to keep our cast and crew comfortable, and it's obvious. Not with this one. No siree. Every fucking frame of this movie feels real. And everybody looks fucking uncomfortable making it. Because they fucking should be. They look like they're living and breathing the very material they're making. Watching The Revenant, you will feel so warm and cozy. Even if you're sitting in some ghetto shithole, you will feel comfortable. Because at least you're not here. It looks pretty, but you don't want to be there. Anyway, folks, thanks for sticking around and watching this tournament. And maybe I'll crank out a few more of these random movie battle tournaments. This was fun to do, and I hope you enjoyed. And wherever you are, whatever time it is, I hope you're having a wonderful day or night.